paper, Uncharted Golden Abyss sounds like it should be great. Hell, it should be better than great, but even with the original voice actors reprising their roles, luscious visuals, and plenty of opportunities to run like crazy from exploding buildings, the spark is missing.
Hate to admit it, but you just might be right for a change.
I'm always right. That's why you still hang out with me.
It starts out promisingly enough, taking place before the events of the original Uncharted, when Drake is hired by his old friend Jason Dante to uncover the secrets of a Central American jungle. Cue an amazing discovery, a mystery to unravel, and a love interest in the form of archaeologist Marissa Chase, and you've got yourself the beginning of a great Uncharted narrative.
Dante's a two-bit grave robber. He couldn't have done any of this. It's time you tell me your long story.
Nate, look.
Remember, you were the one who asked me to trust you.
Sadly, it all starts to unravel rather quickly, becoming predictable fare with just a few twists and turns to keep you on your toes. The dialogue isn't particularly snappy either, despite being well acted.
20 years ago, the mining company discovered all of this. The gravesite, the ruins. The IOA was called in, and my grandfather ran the dig site.
While the story might not fare so well, thankfully the action and platforming does, for the most part. Navigating your way through the many jungles, rocky mountain ranges and ruined temples is as easy as on the console versions, thanks to the Vita's full complement of analog sticks. The path you take is decidedly linear, but a variety of walls to climb, some of which crumble beneath you, rope swings, death-defying leaps and stunning scenery keep the excitement flowing.
Well, since when are you a rock climber?
I'm not. I'm a rope climber.
It's when you use one of the Vita's more esoteric input options that things begin to falter. A tutorial at the start of the game introduces these to you gradually, but trying to remember what inputs to use can be confusing. Unfortunately, none of the new control methods are any better than using the traditional controls, particularly because your fingers sometimes go unnoticed on the touchscreen. Thankfully, you're not obliged to use the touch or motion controls to get Nate around, but there are certain puzzles that require you to do so. These range from such simple tasks as taking charcoal rubbings of artifacts or holding your Vita up to a bright light source to view faded text, to more complex tasks such as piecing together torn up maps or matching symbols to open locked doors. While these work well, other touch control trickery doesn't. Try chopping down some bamboo. It requires you to perform 3 different swipes on the touchscreen, but rather than have Nate perform the actions as you swipe, he just stands there lifeless, waiting for the bamboo to spontaneously sever itself so he can proceed. And then there are fistfights, where a lack of touchscreen precision means your swipes go mysteriously unrecognised, causing you to lose a fight, or in the case of scripted events, sending you straight back to the beginning of a cutscene.
I see him! Keep going!
Things improve massively when guns are thrown into the mix, providing you with masses of bullet-fueled action. The feel of the weapons is great, with just the right amount of recoil, and touch and motion controls work well. Swiping on the rear touchpad to zoom the sniper rifle feels natural, and tweaking your aim by moving the Vita is surprisingly effective, letting you compensate for recoil with ease. The weapons make battles a blast, but the shine is taken off thanks to some flaky AI that loses a few IQ points when it comes to stealthy attacks, failing to recognise that his once breathing buddy has had his neck snapped only 2 feet away. Cover detection can also be a problem. There are moments when you're under intense fire and scramble to take cover behind a crate, but inexplicably fail to do so, leaving you at the mercy of 1,000 hot shards of lead and giving you the sudden urge to curse very loudly and very often at the screen. There's cursing to be done during action set pieces too, though it's more hell yeah than hell no. There are some impressive moments as temples collapse and buildings explode while you do your best to escape impending doom, even if the frame rate takes a hammering during the most action-packed sections. It's a shame there aren't more of them, with long repetitive stretches of platforming draining any excitement you might have enjoyed. Sadly, there's no multiplayer either, which is disappointing given how much fun it is in Uncharted 3. But then, Golden Abyss is full of disappointments. The action set pieces are great, but there's too few of them. The voice acting is exemplary, but the narrative doesn't do it justice. The touch and motion controls work well for some actions, but they ruin others. For every moment of enjoyment you have, something comes along to spoil it.
Now we're cooking.
Despite its problems, Golden Abyss still succeeds in delivering some intense, entertaining action and combat. It's not quite the full-blown Uncharted experience on the move that you might have hoped for, but it's damn close. And for that, it should be commended.
Nate! You made it!
Yeah, I don't know how, but I did.
How did you do that?
Years of practice. You hurt?